What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another kind of action figure news video. More specifically, we're just going to talk about KAIYODO REVOLTECH because, man, I don't know what it is, but they have absolutely been killing the game, and I feel like up until today it's been ignored. And so I truly believe it's time to talk about what they are doing for figure collectors and how hype I am for some of the upcoming products that they've showcased / announced. So you guys know how all of my discussion videos work. Go ahead and drop a like for your boy. That always motivates me to continue bringing you guys this content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or you're new here, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, I don't know who they hired over at the REVOLTECH action figure character selection department, but whoever it is, let that man cook. Let him cook, because late last week REVOLTECH announced that they are going to be making a Supergirl figure. Now, in case you guys don't know, we haven't been given a really good 6-inch Supergirl figure since the DC Icons version, and granted, that's a fairly decent figure, but at this point I think it's pretty difficult to get your hands on, and when it comes to comparing it to an import, there's really no comparison to be made, because accessories, articulation, and detail are all going to be superior. It really is just based on which look you prefer, but when it comes to the REVOLTECH, I gotta say, man, I am loving the look of this so far. I love the hair sculpt. I'm loving the faceplate. I know some people don't like the more anime-esque look for the faceplates, but I'm an anime fan, so something like this isn't going to bother me. Another good thing about REVOLTECH is that when it comes to their female figures, they usually don't suffer from the problems that the male figures have, and the only thing I mean by that is the over engineering and bulky, blocky designs. Everything about this looks clean, it looks flush, the joints don't appear to be too big or bulging out of the figure. It just looks like this figure is going to be so well composed. As you guys can see, I love the shiny blue that they used for the torso. The skirt piece doesn't look like it's really going to hinder the articulation very much. We can't see much of the legs, but we already know REVOLTECH doesn't really slack off in terms of articulation. And then we see that we have a soft goods cape. So what more can you ask for a Supergirl figure, man? Now, if you're someone who doesn't like the head sculpt, I'm sure someone's gonna make a 3D version or their own rendition that'll be released, and you can get that one, or I don't know, maybe another figure that has released that we just don't know about. But as of right now, we don't really have any details about this figure. Once we get those, you guys already know I will be filling you in, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now, this is one I plan on picking up for sure. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. The Superman figure was great, and I'm looking forward to posing this one right next to him. Now, as if My Hero Academia and Tokyo Revengers wasn't enough, REVOLTECH just showcased at Wonderfest this past weekend that they are also going to be releasing One Punch Man figures. Now, I don't know if this anime is still as relevant as it used to be, but I do know that it has a very core and loyal fan base, meaning I'm expecting these figures to sell like crazy. It is so dope that not only did they announce Saitama, they could have left it at one character, but they went all the way and announced Genos and Goro. And this is dope, man, because I know that all three of them are fan favorite characters. There's only one missing for me that I am definitely going to get my hands on if they make him, and that is my boy Speedo Sound Sonic. I have to get my hands on him if they make him. I was really hoping Dasen Model got to it, but that never happened. But now finally I have a company that I know will continue the line as long as they sell. We've seen what My Hero's doing, and speaking of My Hero, I'm going to get into that a little bit more later. Just be ready. But yeah, man, I truly think that they can go all out with the accessories. Saitama just needs a couple of impact effects. I wouldn't even be bothered if they stole and reused the ones that came with All Might. Hopefully Genos comes with a bunch of like weapon accessories, and then some more impact effects for Goro, and then we'll just see how everything else goes. But all in all, I'm definitely gonna pick these up to review them. I'm gonna get these three Chun-Li and Sonic. If they release anyone else, more than likely I'm not going to get those. I just never got into the anime. Yes, I actually tried it. It just wasn't for me, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate and love the characters and the character design. So yeah, once we get some more information on these, just like the Supergirl, be expecting me to talk about it. Now, I hope that you guys have your seatbelts still fastened, because we are not done with this Revoltech ride. They also announced that they are going to be giving us Street Fighter 6 figures, and basically what this says to me is that Street Fighter, the license, has been redistributed once again, because as we know, Tamashii Nations just put up their pre-order for the reissue of Ryu and Chun-Li, and now here they are again in their Street Fighter 6 looks. Now I can only imagine how crazy a Revoltech Street Fighter line would be. This would be ultimate posability, man, and I truly feel like Revoltech hit the nail on the head with this one. This is going to be a solid home run, and to be honest, even if the SH Figuarts line does return, I gotta say, I'll be more excited for these than I would the actual SHF, because damn, I just know that these are going to be sick. Now, I don't know anything about this Luke character, but if I find out some information on him, I will. I don't think he's a Street Fighter character, since he has a different sign in front of him than Chun-Li and Ryu, but I don't know everything, guys. So yeah, this is another one we will continue to talk about. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, because we still have some other things to discuss in this video. When I told you guys Revoltech went off, they did. Now, next up is a character that I never in a million years would have imagined we'd be getting a figure from any company. It is none other than the main character from Ninja Gaiden. Now, I remember playing this game on the original OG Xbox so long ago. I don't really have very many memories of it, but I do know that it was a fun game. And you guys know me. When it comes to ninjas, this is one I've got to have. Now, I don't know if Ninja Gaiden is even relevant anymore. I don't know if it's discussed. I don't know if there have been any new games announced or what, but this, in my opinion, just kind of came out of nowhere, unless you guys know something I don't know. But overall, this is another one I know Revoltech is absolutely going to kill it once it releases. Just imagine, man, this guy fully posable in action figure form. I don't know what they're going to do with the accessories, but I do think that in the game he was able to use a bunch of different weapons and not just his katana. I'm not sure on that one. It's just kind of small memories coming back. I played a lot of video games growing up, so that could be something completely different. For all I know, I could be thinking of Assassin's Creed, but either way, again, this is the opportunity for you guys to tell me in the comments. But I want to know, are you guys excited for this one? Because I know I most definitely am. Now, again, I told you guys, this wasn't it. This is probably the most hype information that I have for you guys coming now. Now, I don't know how many of you guys actually follow my action figure wish lists for certain companies, but if you guys saw My Hero Academia one, then you'll know both of these characters in front of you and on the screen right now are characters that I discussed. I figured would be coming sooner rather than later, because now, as you see, we have the announcement for Uraraka, Ochako, and none other than the boy Dabi. Ah, man, both of these just come with perfect timing, man. I'll speak on Uraraka first. This is one that we just had to have because she is the main girl to Deku. We've gotten characters like Todoroki, Bakugo, we got Kirishima on the way. It just makes sense for her to be next before we get into characters like Froppy, Kaminari, and some of the other students. And with the fact that the Figma version is so expensive right now, it's pushing $200 or more. Why would you not get your hands on one that we know is going to come with more accessories, pose a whole lot better, and hopefully just overall is a better figure. Now, I spoke earlier and said that when it comes to Revoltech, their female figures are, in my opinion, usually better than the males, and I'm expecting no less with this release. I can't wait until we get some prototypes or promo images or something, because I really would love to pose her alongside my Deku, and hopefully we get a re-release of Deku with better joints. Now, moving on to the boy Dabi, this just works for so many reasons. Even though I don't like the way he's written later on in the manga, right now in the anime, I absolutely love Dabi. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and spoil, because it's been out forever, Dabi or Toya. And I really hope we get some Toya accessories, man. I want a white hair piece, man. I really want to be able to pose him in both forms, and he's just gonna look so good posing alongside Shigaraki. I know they're gonna go crazy with the fire accessories, the same way they did with Todoroki, the same way they did with Endeavor. This figure is just going to be a blast, and I can see myself having so much fun with it. So again, My Hero Academia line is not going anywhere. Now, in case you guys think that I'm hyping up Revoltech a little too much in this video, I want you guys to take a step back and look at everything that they have announced. We're getting a Supergirl. We haven't gotten a good Supergirl since the DC Icons. Agent Venom. We haven't gotten a Marvel Legends Agent Venom 6-inch figure in, what, 10, 12 years now? Moon Knight. The Marvel Legends Moon Knight is okay, but it's far from great. Then we have the 2 Flash figures. The only good 6-inch Flash figures we have are the DC Icons, which lacks in accessories, and then we have the Mezco, which can't pose for nothing. We have a Thor. The Mafex Thor was cool, but it definitely was lackluster in terms of how collectors felt about it. Catwoman, a Arkham City Catwoman at that is going to be fully posable. Look at this thing, man. And then of course we have Aizawa. We haven't gotten a good Aizawa figure at all. Some people might like the McFarlane, but come on, man, it's not going to compare to this. So again, in case you think I'm hyping up Revoltech a little too much, the screen tells you everything that we have to appreciate right now. Never in a million years did I imagine I would be making a 15-minute video praising Revoltech, but one thing that I have learned to do is appreciate action figure companies that are continuously upping their quality and giving people the stuff that they want. Revoltech is obviously paying attention to the action figure community, even if they are doing it silently, because some of these figures they are making, it's just stuff that we never would have imagined 2 years ago from them. And it's like, man, this is just outstanding. I am truly looking forward to a lot of these releases. And this is bad for me because I'm trying to cut back on as much as I can when it comes to collecting. But now, when I cut one line off, I get dragged into another. But hey, man, I love good action figures, and Revoltech is starting to bring them. So yeah, another Revoltech announcement video, but I just want to know how you guys feel about this. Is there anything I showcased in this video you plan on getting your hands on? What in particular, if so? And how do you guys feel about the fact that Revoltech is just really stepping up? Now, overall, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as that always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.